Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. Meal prep is honestly a love yourself later activity. You're gonna love yourself later when you have 3 meals ready prepped, ready to go, reducing that stress throughout the week, right? So this week's menu, we have shawarma rice bowls, chips and dips, and tomato basil soup. So if that sounds good to you, sounds good to me, let's get it going, shall we? This week will be a pretty easy prep. It could go from anywhere from easy to really complicated depending on what you want to do with it. I do have 3 varying levels of prep there for you though. So if you only just have a little bit of time, maybe just stick with level 1. If you get a little more time, level 1 and level 3. And if you want to get the time to table results you see in the meal plan, you're going to want to go all the way with me to level 3. I'm going to start with things that are level 3 because some of the things in level 3 is stuff that's going to do itself while we're doing other things, and that's how we gain back valuable time. If you don't have your prep list, check the description in this video. There's a link there. You'll find everything that you could ever possibly need. I'm going to start by making some rice. Optional. If you want to make rice day of instead, you can make rice day of instead. It's fine. I just like to have mine ready done. Honestly, it's easy enough to do now and easy enough to heat up later. One less thing for me to think about. Makes it an absolute throw together meal. So you do your rice on the stove top. I'm doing mine in the microwave. My rice cooker, it has like a boil over guard in it for the microwave. There we go. That's just easy. It's hands off. I like that. So let's get going with level 1, shall we? Very first thing we're gonna do, just gonna dice a pepper. Actually gonna bring out my my quick slicer. It's called a quick slicer because, what you guess, it slices things quickly. Peppers especially is really good for. Actually, every year I find at my local store, at some point during harvest season, they'll have like this box sale for peppers, and it'll be like literally $9 for this enormous tub of peppers. I buy them and then I slice them, wash them, slice them, and then I freeze them. And then I have sliced peppers just ready for throw together meals all year round without any prep, which is really awesome. But I always bust out this thing because it's really quick. Otherwise it's just a pain to process, you know, like 11 pounds of peppers. I don't really know how many pounds of peppers it is. I'm totally exaggerating. But it feels like 11 pounds of peppers, I promise. So you can slice them in this, and then what I'll do is I'll slice them and then I turn them the opposite way, so then I dice them. Okay, 1 diced pepper. Next, this can be as elaborate as you want it to be. You're gonna be cutting veggies for the chips and dips. So gonna start by slicing up some more peppers. I'm gonna do some carrots, some broccoli, some radish because they're in my fridge. Pretty much whatever you want to just serve with whatever dips you're having, because this is a very open-ended meal plan, okay? You know what, you gotta have some flexibility, right? Not everybody's gonna like the same dips. Not everybody's going to have the same dietary needs that way. One of the reasons why this prep is as complicated or as uncomplicated as you want it to be, because maybe you're making your own dips. Maybe you're making your own guacamole or red pepper dips or whatever. Or baba ganoush. I just think that's a fun word to say. Yeah, I'm saying it in my head over and over right now. Okay. So this does give me, if I'm doing the shawarma bowls the first day and I use all my peppers and I want more peppers, I can also take some peppers out of this side to be able to use in the shawarma bowls too. Okay, gonna cut my veggies for my chips and dips. Funny, Soren, he's been requesting broccoli lately. He doesn't like broccoli. He's never liked broccoli, always refused to eat broccoli, and all of a sudden he's requesting broccoli with like every meal, but then when it goes on his plate, he like cries that there's broccoli on his plate and refuses to eat it. Children. I know they don't come with an instruction manual, and I feel like even if they did, that instruction manual would just be so convoluted that you wouldn't possibly have the chance to read it all before they grew up anyway. But I mean, if he keeps requesting broccoli, I'll keep serving it and hoping. Anyway, there's a big thing of broccoli there for Soren. So he can cry many, many tears. I'm gonna slice up some cucumber. Now, cucumber, if you want to slice it up day of, it's better, but I do find that if I slice it and then I stack it, like kind of squish it all together like it's a row, then it stores better. So it's just storing for a couple days. It's fine. I find if I just leave them in like slices apart, then it'll dry out or go soggy or do something otherwise weird. I don't know why I find it'll either go dry or go soggy, but that's what I found my cucumber experience. So I am just chopping up the whole thing now, and then if I'm feeling nice and motivated to dice some of it for the shawarma bowls, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take from the stuff that's already sliced, and then I'm just going to, quarter it. So it's like the work is already partway done. Because I know if I dice it, it's going to end up like not being as good. Okay, so see, like all in a row. I suspect these radishes would just be a little too hard for my quick slice. It's one of those tools that's kind of like, I don't want to say oddly specific, like it, but it kind of is. Like it definitely saves me time, especially when I'm doing things like mushroom or peppers. But it's not going to help me with like onions or radishes or things that are otherwise hard. Now, fruit salad, I put together a fruit salad like a beast. Victory when I drop a piece of food on the floor, I pick it up and it doesn't have either dog hair or cat hair on it. It just feels like a victory. I don't know if you have pets, but you just witnessed my victorious moment for the day right there. Do up some carrot sticks too as well. The more veggies I have out, the more opportunity is to make my children cry. Just kidding. But really, the more I have out, it's more opportunities for them to eat the fresh food. It's also more opportunities for me to eat the fresh food. And odds are, after this meal, there's still going to be some sliced veggies left. There's going to be some dips left. So it's like a supper with built-in snacks after. We just kind of win. To keep them fresh, I am going to store them in some water. If you store carrots in water, they'll stay fresh for quite a while. Some water in there. Just enough to cover them. And that'll keep that good. Okay, now I have loads of veggies, which is awesome. I'm pumped. And that's it for level 1. Now, if you're going to make your own dips, you can do that in level 2 here. Make whatever you want to for dips. I just bought pre-made ones because that is the level of motivation that I have this week. Now, another thing for level 2, I'm going to mix together a shawarma seasoning. Maybe you already have a pre-done shawarma seasoning, in which case, awesome, use that. I do have a recipe here listed for this one. I'm also going to double it. I don't know, sneaky. I'm going to double it because I'm going to double the amount of protein I'm putting together this week. Because I want to have some leftovers. I do. I want to have leftovers. Cardamom. It's like one of those spices that I find I rarely use. Because it's good, just get kind of, it's such a bold sort of flavor and scent that there's only so many things that you use it in. And I love like this shawarma seasoning here, there's so many bold seasonings in it, but when they're all together, it just works. There we go. So I'm just going to leave this in. This is going to be enough seasoning to do 4 breasts. For me, if you are just doing 2, then you can follow the recipe exactly there. It will treat you well. If you want to have more for later to save in a jar, you can do that if you felt like it. That'd be fine. Okay. Now, let's move on to level 3, shall we? Rice is almost done cooking. All we gotta do is cube up some chicken. That is it. And then we are good. There you go, just letting that rice sit for 10 minutes before I fluff it. So you can make your cubes as big or as small as you want to. The bigger they are, the longer they're going to take to cook. So it's like the bigger they are, the less time it takes to cut them now, but the more time it takes to cook them later. It's all just trade-offs, right? So you decide what works for you and just own it. Be like, yeah, that's exactly what I meant to do. So I'd love to know which recipe you're most excited for this week. I know that chips and dips, it's always like one of the kids' favorites. And we change it up a little each time, like for what we're serving with it. It's meant to be something that is easy, fun, light, you know, everybody's eating together. So this week I just got the kids a box of chicken nuggets that I'm going to be serving with it. I know, exciting. And And then we're gonna be making chicken wings for ourselves. Chicken wings are less exciting for the kids. I could make them chicken wings, but I feel like it'd be a waste of wings, and I love chicken wings. So last thing I ever want to do is waste chicken wings, right? That's just terrible. It's a crying shame. Someday, they will grow into chicken wings. But for now, they just want you to take the chicken wing off the bone and not eat any of it. And just, it's sad. It's sad. You could also make your own chicken fingers if you wanted to, if you want to be able to control the ingredients that are in it. And there we go. Awesome. Whole bunch of chicken, all cute, ready to go. Got 4 minutes left on my rice, and then that's just gonna be fluffed and throw it in a container in the fridge, and that's ready. So that is it, my friends. That is it. Nice and easy prep this week. Hopefully a very, very delicious and satisfying, easy to throw together week. I hope you enjoy this. Really embrace the feeling of doing what you've done this week. And when you go to make dinner and dinner's all ready for you, embrace that feeling, because never doubt it for a second. This is self-care. You just did something very kind for yourself. I hope to see you back next week. Bye-bye.